Okay.
I don't like hypotheticals, but I love playing imagination. He just like, yeah, man. So, what do you think about it? What do you think about that statement?
The first thought that comes to my head, right? Is that what we're going off?
Yeah, whatever it is.
The difference, and this is me having to explain it to a child because I'm so used to explaining things to children.
Okay.
A hypothetical is like you're taking scenarios that are more practical.
Okay.
And you're trying to weigh between the number of them.
Okay.
Where imagination, there is no limit. Like you have all power and authority to think and to wish and to bring anything to your power. That's the biggest part for me. That's why, like, when you're speaking to a kid, we say, imagine if, hypothetically, I know you're 4, but hypothetically, if you had to choose between, I think that's the biggest difference.
Yeah, I think so too. I think you categorized it perfect how I think about it, right?
I'm a doctor.
You are, yeah. I'll take that. Yeah. I think hypothetical for me, whenever someone wants to play hypothetical for me, it always feels like what they want to do is limit my options. And I'm like, oh, you can't limit my options, right? I'll imagine with you, but you can't limit my options, right? Because I also get to control whatever happens in the same way that you do, right? And it goes back to this idea. We were talking about this even before we started recording. The idea of, because I think a lot of people plan their life like hypotheticals. And we were talking about how you can't let life happen to you.
Right.
You have to happen to life, right? And so hypotheticals are like, oh no, this happened to you. What do you do now? And I'm like, oh no, you don't get to limit my options. Like, if that was going to happen, this is how I would deal with it. Versus you saying, but no, this is what you have to choose before. And so I don't like hypotheticals. I don't like them. Whenever people be like, let's do a hypothetical, I don't want to do that. But I'm happy to imagine all day long.
What option were you given going to church?
Oh, I was drugged, right? But hypothetically, they say, hypothetically, when you get there.
Yeah, there we go.
And I'd be like, no. I'd be like, not hypothetically when I get there. I'd be like, I imagine that when I get there, this is how I'd like to feel. This is what I'd like to do, right? Versus you being like, all right, hypothetically, when you get there, the pastor starts saying nonsense. What do you do? And I'm like, why am I doing that, right? I don't want you to be able to, that's how I think of it, right?
Let me piggyback this one then.
Okay.
How would you use imagination in terms of introducing a student to Christ?
Oh, I think that's the most beautiful part. Oh, bro, that is because the beauty of God is that if you imagine goodness in any way long enough, it leads you back to him, right? Mm-hmm. So you could literally say to in fact, one of the videos I put out was talking with Miss Trinity, a 15-year-old girl. And I said to her, could you imagine, right? What if we imagined heaven as instead of several never-ending moments of happiness, what if we imagined it as one never-ending moment that's what it was. I said to her, we always think of heaven as not like here, right? So what if we stop thinking of heaven, and I said, imagine, what if we imagined heaven as not endless time in a place that's not like here, but one never-ending moment of the best parts of here, right? Because when you listen to Jesus in particular, right, he seems to think that heaven starts here, right? Mm-hmm. He says, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. When he starts preaching, he walks out there and he's like, the kingdom of heaven has come, right? If we would put that in today's world, he's like, I'm about to show you how to have heaven on earth, right? The kingdom of heaven has come to you. So Jesus seems to think that heaven starts here, right? So he thinks we can experience some of what heaven is like here. So I could say to Miss Trinity, what if we began to imagine heaven not as some place where we'll spend eternity in a place that's not like here, but what if we spent one never-ending moment in what felt like the best parts of here, right? One never-ending moment of what it feels like when you are the most joyous you can be. We laugh a lot. Me and you, we laugh a lot. Right? I don't know if they could tell that from the video. You seem very sad on the video.
Well, no, I laugh out of pain.
Yeah.
With all the pain I have to go through.
I don't think it's, I don't.
It's the best way for me to suffer through.
I think we see it different. You know what? hypothetically.
Now, before he screams at us, I have
all right.
Had someone introduced the gospel to you in that way, where it allowed you to more imagine instead of choose from two options that you had no control over?
Yeah.
How does that change your walk?
Oh, I think it changes dramatically. I think that's also what Untangled does, right? Is we get the first Untangled is for me when we're saying, let's take an opportunity and imagine.
5 minutes.
Oh,
Imagine, yeah, man. See, that's the point of the game.
No, it's the rudeness.